Every person with even half a brain cell working knows that whatever is happening in the West is nothing short of a civilizational suicide. Gadsad even has a phrase for it. He calls it suicidal empathy. I don't agree with this phrase anymore because I think Gadsad is being too generous with these people. Something much more sinister is happening because empathy symbolizes good intentions with unintended consequences. But at some point, you do wake up and say, well, hang on a second. Whatever we've been doing, it is actually hurting us, harming us on a scale we have never witnessed before. I call it something else. I think this is a suicide fetish. This is a more appropriate term because suicide fetish indicates that there are people who have a dangerous attraction to an idea which they know is harming them. Today in this video, I'm going to show you some examples of what's happening in the West on a broader scale. It's not just the politicians. It's not just activists. It's not just do-gooder woke lunatics online. It's also the judges. Our judges, for some reason, also have a suicide fetish. And again, for some reason, it is only happening in the Western world. Check this out. We covered this news story a while ago when this happened. A German court has ruled that the Iraqi migrant who pushed a 16-year-old Ukrainian refugee, this girl, who escaped war and thought that she might be safe in Germany, but little did she know that the West is no longer safe or a law-abiding high-trust society. It's not. Why? Because the West has imported millions, and I'm not exaggerating, millions of antithetical fighting age, aggressive, hostile men who share nothing with Western civilization. We have nothing in common with these people. They look at women differently. They look at religion differently. They look at society completely differently to how ordinary Westerners see it. But for some reason, people in power, our political class, our law enforcement agencies, our judges, our NGOs, they all have this weird fetish of accommodating these people. So that Iraqi migrant who pushed this 16-year-old Ukrainian refugee in front of a freight train, get this, will serve no prison time. Liana K. fled Mariupol with her family in 2022 and was living in Germany. On August 11, 2025, roughly a year ago, this poor girl died. While walking home and speaking on the phone with her grandfather, she was shoved onto the tracks at Fredlin Station. The train struck her and she died from her injuries. Her grandfather heard her scream before the line went silent. Poor grandfather was safer in Mariupol than his granddaughter in Germany. Imagine that. Imagine listening to your progeny die on the phone. Police initially treated the death as a possible accident or suicide. Look at that. DNA evidence later recovered from her shoulder showed she had been pushed from behind by a 31-year-old Mohammed A., an Iraqi national whose asylum claim had been rejected and who was under an enforceable deportation order that was never carried out. So this is even worse, guys. So, of course, we know somewhere between 6 to 7 million illegal migrants are living in Europe, close to 2 to 300,000 in the UK. And I understand this is the reason why the UK government puts them in hotels, because they don't want to antagonize them or provoke them. I don't understand. How difficult could it be? Grab all of them, put them in a boat, and take them to their continent and release them there. Or build a huge detention center off the mainland on some island. I'm sure the UK has plenty of uninhabited islands, and put them there. They can't do it because, I don't know, they have some weirdly constructed ideological viewpoints that is contradictory to saving innocent people in your society, like Liana K. So despite clear evidence that he deliberately pushed her into the path of the train, the Göttingen court found him not criminally responsible due to, of course, paranoid schizophrenia. Instead of prison, he has been ordered into indefinite psychiatric detention at taxpayers' expense. Authorities had multiple opportunities to remove him from the country before the attack. These opportunities were not taken. Liana is dead as a result, and I'm sorry to say she's far from the only victim of these illegal migrants. Let me show you our next story. This one is in Australia. This guy you're looking at, this clown, he is our Home Affairs Minister, Tony Burke. An African immigrant who sexually abused a boy, a 3-year-old boy, has been allowed to stay in Australia because he would face significant hardship if deported to Zambia. I guess, I don't know, what's the population of Zambia? Probably tens of millions of people. I'm sure they are all facing some sort of hardship in their countries. Why don't we bring them all to Australia? What kind of a stupid premise is this? A tribunal restored his visa using a direction maintained by Immigration Minister Tony Burke. This clown, I can't wait to see the end of these people. We still have to wait for another couple of years. Let's go to the UK. Look at this guy, Albanian drug dealer Shaprisam Koka has been spared a deportation order after serving time for drug dealing and money laundering because his daughter wets the bed. He told the appeals court his daughter needed therapeutic intervention, which is only available in the UK. So please don't send me back. They must be laughing outside the courts. They must be giggling to their lawyers like, seriously, is this going to work? Oh yeah, you watch. Watch how I'm going to spin this. Let's come back to Australia again. This guy, Salah Al-Muhammad, he abused a Toowoomba schoolgirl. And guess what? He walked free from court. Al-Huma, 29-year-old Iraqi refugee, lured a 14-year-old girl with a vape and abused her at a lookout while on bail. The rape charge was dropped, and judge, it's a woman, Deborah Richards, not this woman, I think this is another woman. This woman has challenged this verdict. She's a prosecutor. The rape charge was dropped, and Judge Deborah Richards suspended his whole sentence over his deportation risk. So Australian judges were given an instruction by the Labor government that if you sentence someone longer than 12 months, then we will have to deport them. So if you can give them sentences less than 12 months, then that would be more humane. As I said, a suicide fetish. But the worst part is they're not committing suicide themselves. They're killing our society, our civilization in which all of us live. It's our daughters who are getting molested or attacked. It's our boys, our children, our men who are getting stabbed by these people. These judges, these politicians, they live in their ivory towers. They're safe. I have a lot more of these stories. America is completely off the charts. Look at this.
You're fucking beast! You're fucking beast! Fucking beast!
The Sudanese migrant was released on bail. He's been charged with raping a woman in Scotland. You'd think the judge would put him in prison until his trial, but no. Nope. This is not suicidal empathy. I'm sorry. This is not suicidal empathy. This is a suicidal fetish. I have always struggled to believe that this is all being done in the name of compassion for your fellow human beings, because I thought like this back in 2015 when I saw that body of a Syrian boy washed up ashore. I felt the same. I was like, oh, maybe can we do something? There's plenty to go around. Maybe we can help them out. But I realized my eyes opened up very quickly. I think by 2018 or 2019, I was fully convinced that this is not a sustainable model. Empathy or compassion for others does not come at the cost of jeopardizing your own life and your own civilization. And these people actually understand that, because all of these refugees are welcome people, don't want refugees in their own houses.
On a list saying you're willing to take the refugees into your home.
Of course not. Only problem is I rent.
You rent?
Yeah.
Maybe an issue?
Yeah, because they've got, well, they've put 9 bedrooms in a 4-bedroom house, so we're pretty much jam-filled.
So, to actually adopt a refugee and take them into your home?
Well, if I had any space, I would.
If you had any space.
It wouldn't be
Right.
a nice place to bring them because it's a bit overcrowded.
Right.
But yes, if I had the space, definitely.
Thank you very much for that, love. Pop one into your home?
I live in a rental place, so I can't.
Rental?
Yeah.
You can't do it?
Yeah.
Someone else's job?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, I can't.
You can't take one?
I don't have a space.
Don't have the space?
You
We'll have a refugee stay at your
Does the UK have the space?
house?
Yeah, I don't mind.
You go on the list?
I don't mind, yeah, 100%, give me the thing. Oh wait, I can't, because my house is only a little small and
Amazing. Now, would you be willing to have a refugee in your home?
Yes, if I had room.
If you had room, it's funny that. To adopt a refugee?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Any reason in
No.
particular?
I don't. What sort of refugee are you talking about?
Excuse me, would you be willing to adopt a refugee into your home?
No.
No.
Sorry, I can't.
Would you adopt a refugee into your home?
No, thank you.
No? Adopt a refugee?
I would be willing, yeah, if I had the space.
If you had the space.
Refugees for thee, but not for me. So, yesterday or the day before, another 230 illegal migrants, 99% of them men, fighting age, men who hate the West, they showed up again on a big dinghy. Not a single woman in sight. And the UK government, same old excuse. These people are fleeing war and persecution. We will smash the gangs. How's that going? You want to see how is that going? Look at this. In 2018, only 300 people came by small boats into the UK. 2019, 1843, because the UK government rolled out the red carpet. They thought, oh, that's a good business. Let's bring in more people. That number went up to 8466. 2021, even during COVID, people were coming in. 28,000 in 2021, 45,000 in 2022, 29,000 in 2023, which was the last year of Rishi Sunak's government. So it did go down a bit. But then Keir Starmer showed up in 2024. The number went up to 36,000. And in 2025, one of the highest ever, 41,000 people. They have no answers. In democracies, our leaders are supposed to represent our wishes. They're supposed to enforce the people's wishes. But it looks like they're serving someone else's agenda, or they have a fetish, one or the other.